Hi, Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. Now I'm on the go today, totally momming, but we got work to do and goals to crush. In this episode, I'm gonna share the top 10 secrets of the successful, what the successful entrepreneurs are doing, and you are gonna love number 5. It's absolutely my favorite. They're really all awesome, but stay tuned, because don't you wanna know what the successful are doing? I do, and that's what I'm gonna share with you in this episode. My first tip is that of the successful, the first secret is that they have clarity. They have clarity. They know exactly what they want. So when I think about all the things I've created in the last 2 years of having my brand, the secret strategy is that I'm focused. I pick one thing at a time, rolling out a podcast, writing a book, crushing my YouTube channel, right? Building my network marketing business, launching a coaching program. All of those things have happened, but they wouldn't have happened if I would have tried to do them all at once or be all over the place. So one struggle as an entrepreneur is we squirrel a lot, right? And so that's really important to keep in mind, which takes me to step 2. So for step 2, it goes right with it. They have focus. Right here, I just did a video called What the Focus, so you can watch that one to learn all about focus and really how are you able to balance so many roles, mom, entrepreneur, wife, all the things, right? Like, how are you able to juggle it all? And that's gonna help you a lot with that. But successful people are focused, okay? When we have something that we're working on, we are all in with that one thing. So right now, I am creating these YouTube videos, and I'm also keeping an eye on my children and making sure that they're still floating. And if I was also trying to handle my messenger, cook dinner, I was trying to write a blog post, I was trying to post on Instagram, obviously I wouldn't get any of it done, right? So successful people pick one thing at a time, and they just focus on that one thing at a time. So success number 2 is focus. Number 3 is that they're confident. Successful people are confident. Now, how do you become confident if you're not? Mindset. It's mindset work. What you tell yourself, that stinking thinking is ruining your entrepreneurial efforts to make that money and have the business that you want, okay? So every day you want to tell yourself a new story. Every day you want to tell yourself you're awesome. When thoughts pop up that don't serve you or support you throughout the day, you need to get really good at redirecting those thoughts. And when you do that, you're going to be able to start seeing the success that you want. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So if you're not speaking good thoughts about yourself into existence, it's really hard for the universe to be aligned with that and to manifest that. So number 3 is be confident. Tip number 4 is be resourceful. The successful are resourceful. What do I mean by resourceful? I cannot tell you how many times a new person has started on my network marketing team, and right away I'm just like, they are not resourceful. So I have to work with them and teach them to be independent, access the group, go on YouTube or Google. Let me Google that for you. So as an entrepreneur, if you're getting frustrated because you don't know how to do, you don't know how to do social media, you don't understand Instagram, you're so frustrated because are you supposed to have a blog or not? You don't know what you're doing wrong. You don't know what to say to people. Instead of getting frustrated, because when we say I can't, I don't know, it literally shuts off the brain from all possible solutions. So you're shooting yourself in the foot right away with that kind of language. What you want to know is, am I coachable? Are you? Ask yourself, are you coachable? If you're not, you need to start being coachable, okay? What does being coachable mean? It means you're willing to get coached. It means you're willing to get the training you need. And if you can't afford it or you don't see the investment, which I spend lots of money on coaching and I believe in it, go on YouTube, go on Google. We're on YouTube right now, depending on where you're watching this. The power of resources at our fingertips is unbelievable. Like, this is the best time ever to be an entrepreneur. You can literally Google or YouTube anything. So if you are currently getting frustrated, that frustration can be replaced with, hey, I'm coachable. Everything's figure-outable, as Marie Forleo would say, and that's absolutely true with this tip. These next 2 go hand in hand, absolutely. So the first one is the successful are determined. Determined. What does determined mean? It means before you even start out on the journey that there are going to be ups and downs, okay? You know that it's not all going to be hearts and flowers. You know that it's not always going to be an easy path. You are so committed to the end goal that you say nothing will get in my way, okay? So when determination is a word that you adopt, it will start to allow you to view it, this whole thing, as a long-term game. You'll stop looking at your business as, I tried it for 2 weeks and it didn't work. I did what she said, but people aren't responding to my content, or people aren't reaching out to me like she said, or I'm not making that comma check like they said that I would. Often people quit before they can have that success. So for this tip, determination is something that you're gonna wanna accept, embrace, put your arms around, because this is what the successful are doing. Okay, for this tip of the successful, did I say focus? We talked about that, right? It's kind of hard to focus right now, but I'm in it to win it. So for this tip, we're gonna talk about grit, okay? So when you hear the word grit, there's a great movie, by the way, it's a Western. I don't love Westerns, but my mom does, my husband does. It's called Grit, it's so good. So what does grit mean? Grit means you are mentally tough. Grit means when you get that hater, which I've had my fair share of haters. Grit means when the person ghosts you. Grit means when the person responds back and says, are you just trying to pitch your opportunity on me? And someone says something nasty to you or is negative, or a spouse, a family member, a friend is like, is that even a real business? Like, what are you doing? Grit is where you say, no matter what, kind of going with determination, I'm in it for the long haul. Okay, I'm mentally tough to handle this. When people come at me, I'm strong enough in my mindset to know that what I am doing is right. And I'm out there, I'm putting myself out there, I'm connecting, I'm reaching out to people. That's where grit comes into play. It's being able to handle the negative stuff, right? The bad stuff, and to dust yourself off and keep going, for sure. All right, for this tip of the successful, it's organization. I know you don't want me to say it, but it is true, my friends. So when I do private coaching with people, I'm shocked that the amount of people, and you're probably not alone, that have no plan. There's no rhyme or reason to how they're running their business. So when it comes to their social media strategy, when it comes to their reaching out, how are they growing their Facebook group? How are they monetizing it? What's the flow for that? What are they doing for lead gen? What are they doing for email marketing? So when it comes to organization, what this means is, how are you running your business? What systems do you have in place to be successful? How is your day running? Daily method of operation, daily activity tracker. What are the things you're doing every day to make sure? So to be successful, I'm going to challenge you to get organized. And I know it's not easy, but it is so important to spend the time to put those systems in place. And if you don't know how, get somebody who can help you. For this tip, we're talking about, are you worth following? So what I mean by that, are you somebody that is influential? Are you inspiring? Are you educating people? Are you offering value? Are you connecting with them on social media? Let's make sure everybody's safe. Hashtag be safe, safety first. So if you challenge yourself to say, am I somebody that people want to watch on social media? When I first started, I had 250 friends on Facebook, you guys. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. Now I have almost 150,000. Why? Because I figured out, I paid attention to my audience, I figured out what they wanted, and I offer value. I deliver great content that's going to help them improve their lives and their business. So for this tip, it's be somebody worth following. Okay, for our last two tips of what the successful do. The number 9 tip is that they are not part of the compare-itis. They don't compare. So it's about staying in your lane. It's about writing your own chapter. You don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20. It's so funny too, because people will say, did you see what so-and-so's doing? What program they laid out, this coaching program, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nope, didn't see it, don't care, because I just totally got splashed. Because it has nothing to do with what I'm doing, okay? I stay in my lane, and that's the only way that you're gonna be able, in my opinion, be able to not get caught up in the compare-itis, because it doesn't make you feel good. It never feels good to compare to others on social media, because they're ahead of you, they're at a different place, their pictures look better. Never serves you, so don't be a part of the compare-itis game. Last tip is they're unconventional. You guys, this is probably my number 1 thing I do, aside from having a rock solid mindset, is I'm unconventional. I'm not gonna do what everybody else is doing, and I step forward in faith. I don't let the fear get me down. I do things that are weird, right? Like, this is strange. I do things that make me feel uncomfortable all the time. I'll give you an example. I'm in the network marketing industry, and so there was some stuff at the time of this recording. The FTC was cracking down a bit, some things going on. And most people cringe. They're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I went out and I did an educational video on what to say and what not to say. I did the research to prepare for it, and I delivered a killer training that's really going to help a lot of people. That's unconventional, right? It was scary to do that, but I knew it needed to be done, and someone had to step forward to do it. Be the person who's bold. Be brave. I have to go break this up. That ends another episode. Hit the button, subscribe, like this button, comment below with your favorite tip. I want to know. Subscribe so you can see more videos, not usually as crazy as this, but we're going to roll with it. And I really appreciate you. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. Bye-bye.